Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for your weekly twin flame reading. I'm here every Friday, usually. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. And if you have, thank you for all of your support. So let's get into your reading. Now, we have Death, the Four of Wands, and Breathe at the bottom of the decks. And keep in mind that I do strategically align with my guides to choose the decks, and I use my pendulum to confirm which decks, which order, and when I'm done shuffling even, I confirm all of that with spirit. So just to make sure the message is for you. And this is telling me with Death, Four of Wands, and Breathe right here, this is telling me that there's been an end to a commitment or an end to some sort of, maybe it could be a relationship or a marriage, or it could be some sort of like a household dynamic that's ended or ending. But there is a sense of freedom and relief with this Breathe card here. So this is a good ending. And new beginnings are to come. So let's see what's going on. And I have not used this deck in a while. Spirit asked me to use the Gypsy deck, which I haven't used in a while. So I'm excited to see what comes out. I hope you guys had a great week. These readings are timeless, mind you, so if I say anything that's of this time, then it may still apply to you. The message still may apply to you, but today's October 10th, 2019. October 11th, I'm sorry. And yesterday we supposedly went through a portal. So I'm not surprised to see the Death card here, because this is a time where we do purge a lot of unnecessary energies in our lives. Some money and merriment. Okay. So there's some abundance and happiness coming in. Something, you're going to receive some good news, or possibly a small gift, or the start of something new. I do have another money card in this deck, and I believe it's just money, and this is just some money. So it's not like a huge inheritance or whatever, but something good coming in. Something that's going to make you really happy. Wow, that flew out. Okay, so this came out. This didn't come out in the pre-shuffle. This stayed in the deck when I pulled the cards out, and I really pay attention to those. So I just want to ask my pendulum real quick, because it did come out in reverse, but then they did tell me that no reversals will be in this reading, so we'll see. Was this Thief card meant to be in reverse? Wow. Okay. I did not expect them to say yes, but they said yes. So excuse me, when this came out, when this stayed stuck in the box, when I pulled it out, it was in reverse. And my first instinct, my first intuition was something that has been taken from you will be returned to you. Because things aren't what they seem. So it's like something's really confusing you at this time, because in the 3D it looks really bad, but it's actually really going to be a good thing for you. if somebody was being false to you or portraying a different persona, that's not really how they are. Spirit, excuse my throat. My throat, do I need some throat chakra healing? They say no. That's not what I was going to ask, but okay. So was that right? Was the message right that I said? Okay, so is there something else I'm missing from these two cards? Okay, so this could be about somebody that's come into your life in the past and did not make a good impression on you. And they might have, honestly, it's like they stole a piece of your heart and took off with it. But that's not how things are going to end. That's not how this situation ends up. That's not reality. That's not really what's what you see is not what you get. So whatever you think's going on is completely not the case. A little water for my throat. What else do you want to tell us? Okay, this one kind of flew too. Sweetheart and desire. Okay, so somebody's really longing for somebody and really has them on their mind. Somebody's really awaiting the return of somebody else. And with this Thief card in reverse, I already said something's going to be returned to you. And I said it's like they stole a piece of your heart. That piece of your heart that's been out floating around in the universe is coming back. And your heart's going to feel whole again. Look at this heart in the corner. Half of it's kind of shaded. But it's going to become whole again. Is there another message you wanted me to portray from those cards? Should I pull more out of the Gypsy deck? Okay. Wow. Okay, so for some of you, there's going to be a marriage coming in. That's one of those that's stuck on my hand. So those are like really strong messages. And this is like the high priest or the hierophant. This is the ecclesiastic or the priest. This is about marriage, and this is about building the self-confidence to move forward. This is definitely about love. So it's like the angels, this can be a card about spirit and angels, and and this can be an angelic card, and this is a Cupid here. It's like your angels and guides are telling you, we're here, we're orchestrating this union, and you don't have to do anything. We got this. We're working behind the scenes. Don't worry. Don't overthink. Don't stress. Don't dwell in the past. Don't feel like all is lost. Stay positive, because we're working on this for you. We're going to help you get your heart whole again. So that's really beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful energy with that message. Angels, is there something else that I missed with those cards? They're saying yes. Something I missed with the ecclesiastic? Something I missed with the sweetheart? No, something I missed with the love card. What did I miss? Oh, wow. I'm just seeing like there's so much darkness in the background, but then there's like, you can almost see like the face of a spirit. And so this is like, there's light in the darkness that you don't see. You can't really see. Something's going on right now. It's like, what can you really miss with the love card anyway, you know? Was that what I missed? That little spirit in the background? Did I miss something else? Okay, they just wanted to point out that little light at the end of the tunnel there. They want you to have hope. Okay. Let me ask first. Should I pull more out of this gypsy deck? I thought so. Okay, that stuck to my hand too. So this fits with the cards that were on the bottom of the deck. Widower. An unexpected joy. So let me just clarify, because this could go two ways. Is this about somebody catching up to somebody that they missed? Says yes. Can this also be about the ending of a situation? Says yes, it can be, but not necessarily. So for a lot of you, for many of you, most of you, this is about a reconciliation with somebody from your past that you thought you might never see again. And it's going to bring you so much happiness, but it's going to come out of the blue. It's going to come out of nowhere. And for some of you, for those of you who have maybe a partner in a third party connection, which is fine. Please don't take the situation for what it's not. It's actually a blessed situation. Karmic partnership is a blessed union, and it's there for lessons and for really great reasons. And not only that, but everybody who's in a twin flame relationship, a partnership, that is a karmic connection. That is the ultimate karmic connection. So karmic connections aren't just the third party to a twin flame, you know, they're also twin flames. Sorry. Twin flames are more karmic than any other relationship. All of the karmic lessons that you learn with a twin flame relationship is they're so vast compared to the lessons you might learn in an otherwise karmic relationship. They're all divinely guided. God and spirit did divinely guide karmic to be with your partner for the greater good. It's not about being together or your happiness or their happiness or anybody's particular happiness. It's about everybody. It's about the collective. It's about the collective consciousness and everyone as a whole, because we're all connected. And when you get on that vibration of unconditional love and wholeness and completion with everyone and the universe, then so much more abundance and happiness comes to your life and peace. And there's so much power in saying, you know, I'm not worse or better than anybody. It's liberating. I don't know. For some of you really needed to hear that. But that's not for all of you. This does have to do with an unexpected partner coming back into your life that causes a lot of joy. Let's see. Sorry about my throat today. I should be drinking tea instead of water. I only have a whole cabinet full of tea, and I don't drink it enough. Okay. Spirit, did I get the message right there? Is there more? Are there more cards you'd like me to pull out of this deck? I promise my throat's not crazy like this normally. And I didn't even notice it until I started talking. That came out in the pre-shuffle. In reverse. Okay, we got the Merriment card at the bottom of the deck again. So, that whole message I was getting with the thief and the enemy when I was shuffling and everything was that you see somebody as your enemy, but they are not your enemy. They're really they're on the same path as you. They have the same goals as you because, let's see. Am I getting this message correctly? Was this card supposed to come out in reverse? Okay, thank you, because you told me that none would. Okay. So yeah, it's like you're kind of hiding, you're hanging back and kind of hiding from this person, thinking, oh, well, you know, this person, in the back of your mind, you have these thoughts where you're like, well, if they wanted me, they'd be with me, and they'd do this and they do that, and they're not doing that, and that's not what I see. So that, and life is full of illusions, and we're trained by society to expect certain things, and we go on Facebook and we see all these memes that don't make any freaking sense most of the time anyway, you know, and or quotes by people that didn't even really quote them, and it's just use your critical thinking and really, really, really go deep within and follow your intuition, because we put these negative thoughts in our head. Well, you know, they're just going to hurt me. They've hurt me in the past. They're just going to hurt me again. And our thoughts create our reality. So when we sit back and we hide and we say, hey, I don't want any part to do with that person because they hurt me in the past, and that I feel like they're going to hurt me again, then that's what's going to happen. If that's what you mainly focus on. So try and shift your thoughts to a more positive direction, because honestly, you're creating problems that aren't there. And we all do it. Okay? This journey is no easier for me than for any of you. And I've had my share of stagnant energy. I've had my share of addictions. I've had my share of depression and anxiety. I can't even tell you how much, and I'm not going to right now, because you guys don't need to know all my business. But really, I've gone through a lot in this journey, so much, this whole lifetime. And so I can relate to a lot of the energies. And don't feel alone, and don't feel bad because of wherever you're at in this journey. If you're learning lessons, you're learning them for a reason, and so you're right where you need to be. And there's no judgment here at all, ever. Okay? But yeah, just try to focus your thoughts in a more positive light on this person, because they really do miss you. So you see them as kind of an enemy, and this may be at certain, certain times you may think more positive of this person than others, but they really miss you. They're like, I might not ever see her again or him again, and I feel like they feel like you see them as an enemy, so that does keep them from moving forward as well. Like, well, she's just going to reject me because she sees me as a bad guy. But that's what they're trying to change as well. I wonder if that was the last card to come out of this deck, because Merriment is at the bottom again, which it was at first. Is that the message you wanted me to portray? Did I miss anything? Thank you. Was that the last card you wanted me to pull out of this deck? That's so interesting too, guys, because both of these cards, both these cards were in the pre-shuffle. The Thief and the Enemy. He's like, it's like he's saying, I don't want to hurt you anymore. Can I just like bring this piece of your heart back so I can like help patch it up and heal it? It's really sweet, honestly. And as I'm saying that, I'm looking at the sweetheart card. Like whoever this message is for, your partner wants to tell you that you are the sweetest thing they've ever met. You're so sweet to them, and they really cherish you. They cherish you so much, and you really make them happy. So, and I don't say those things to blow smoke up your skirts, okay? I'm not going to lie to you guys for fame or money, like I'm here to tell you the truth and give you advice moving forward. That was already a really beautiful message. I'm going to take a sip of my water. If any of you are thinking of getting into doing tarot readings, you have my 100% full support. I believe every single person should learn tarot. I think it's just so amazing, and I know there's a lot of skepticism and stigma around, it's evil, and I don't know, but these are just learned thoughts, and if you pray and if you take the proper channels to protect yourself, and if you educate yourself, and if you know what you're doing, the tarot is so beautiful, and I don't know somebody who reads tarot that isn't moving forward in their life on a good path, and whether it's slowly but surely or whatever, like the tarot really gives you insight that you wouldn't achieve otherwise. And really, you don't need the tarot, right? It's just kind of gives us hints into our own intuition. So we all have our intuition, our intuitive gifts, and some gifts are stronger than other people's gifts. And so we don't need tarot cards, we don't need pendulums, we don't need dowsing rods and all of this stuff, but it definitely helps because we can't rely on our intuition 100% all the time, especially for some of us who don't have close family and friends and that support system to rely on. It's really awesome as well. And the beautiful thing about tarot is that you can oh, you can hear the saws going outside. They're doing construction on my building. Okay, what I was going to say is that every single person, every single reader has their own unique way of looking at the cards. So no matter what, you're not stepping on anybody's toes by reading tarot. You've got your own unique thing, your own unique attributes to give. So that's just for, I feel like several of you are looking into getting into tarot and reading tarot cards, and just take it slow and don't feel like you need to learn the meaning, all the meanings of every card and in reverse, because that's something I sort of did at first, and then I learned that it's better to look at them intuitively at first and create your own kind of meanings, and just make like one or two keywords for each card at first, and kind of attribute them, the energies of the card, to energies of people in your life or events that have happened in your life. And so, sorry for those of you who are not looking into reading tarot, but I really feel like that is a strong message for at least some of you. So yeah, just go for it. Let's see what's going on with the Animal Totem Tarot. Six of Cups. That energy of longing and missing someone or something from your past. Let's see. Whoa. Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You got two aces, guys. A lot of things are changing. Okay, so somebody's had this is intense energy, guys. So somebody has had a revelation as far as, have you ever had like an epiphany to where all of a sudden you're like, you know, you've been doing something a certain way, and then somebody comes along and says, hey, well, you know, this is how I think of this, or this is how I do this, and you just are like, oh my gosh, what was I ever thinking before, you know? So that's the kind of energy I'm getting here with this Ace of Swords. Like, what was I thinking? This is energy of somebody who misses somebody so much. It's just driving me crazy. It's driving them crazy. They miss you so much, it's driving them crazy, but it's changing their perspective. And it's a gift. This separation is a gift from the universe. This longing for somebody, this missing someone so much, it's a gift from the universe. So that you can have a change in perspective. That's awesome. The Hierophant's at the bottom of the deck. So this is about marriage. Again, I'm getting marriage. Your masculine wants to marry you. Like, I can't... I'll confirm with the pendulum, but I'm sure about this. That's what they're thinking. That's what they're like, I can't live without this person. How am I going... Like, they want to come forward and propose. Okay. Helps if it's not tangled. Okay. For those who are reading this, do their masculines want to propose to them? You see that? Try to hold my hand as still as possible. Does my reader who's watching this, my viewer, that's you, that means you, okay? You watching this right now. Do their masculine want to propose marriage? Okay, so they're saying for some of you it's a feminine energy as well. Is that right? Yeah. So for some of you it's your feminine, but for most of you it's your masculine energy that wants to come in and propose to you marriage. Wow. Okay, so that gives me an idea of a title. I got 2 high priests here, and all this energy of like a new perspective, missing somebody. This merriment card, which was at the bottom of the deck twice, looks like these guys might have just got married, or, you know, on an anniversary at least. Okay. This energy is draining me. I can feel my energy being drained by this, because that's how much this person misses you. It's draining them. It's exhausting. They're tired. They're too tired to continue on without you. Is that right? Would you like me to pull more cards out of this deck? So yes. It looks like diagonal almost. I thought I was going to say no, but these cards are so beautiful. Makes me want to learn more about all these animals. Okay, so this is how they fell. Ace of Cups. 2 of Cups. Okay. 7 of Wands. The Magician. Okay. Your partner is trying to manifest. I just kind of giggled there because they're trying so hard, you know, and the energy is really strong, and I have nervous laughter sometimes. Anyway, whew, okay, so they are trying to figure out how to get, what's at the bottom of the deck? Justice is at the bottom of the deck, guys. Okay, so they are trying to figure out how they're going to get you. They know that you are defensive, and they don't want to pounce on you and end up getting sprayed. So they're trying to figure out how to best approach you. But they do want this union with you. You know what? I feel like a lot of the masculines, and maybe some of the feminines too, a lot of the collective are changing homes. And I only say that because the Hermit crab is here. So it looks like he's about to outgrow his shell, and he needs a much bigger shell. Okay, Justice is at the bottom of the deck. That's another sign pointing to marriage to me, and I don't get that normally with these cards, but this spread is screaming marriage proposal. They just want to know how they're manifesting an end. They're hoping that you won't be as very defensive, and that you'll be open to receiving their love. Leave the past in the past. You're carrying that with you, and for some of you, it's not good for you. And I care about you guys, it's not healthy to hang on to that energy. And I know how hard it is to let go of that energy, but you must, and you will on your own timing. Okay, should I pull more cards out of the Animal Totem Tarot? Nope. This is going to be quite the reading. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual. I hope you guys don't mind that. I know some of you like longer readings, some of you like shorter ones. For me, I get readings that I know have a message for me in them, and that they're like over an hour or almost 2 hours. I'm like, do I really need to do I really need to hear this message right now? Because that's a long time, and just to pick through whatever works for you, you know, or I don't know. I don't know. But I'm enjoying spending this time with you guys, so you're stuck with me for another few minutes. Oh man, that was going to come out. What was it? Okay. They want you to, your angels want you to eat healthier, sleep better. They want you to exercise regularly. They want you to avoid negative people and energies. This card's always coming out in my reading. Some of you guys are confusing your guides, you're confusing the universe by not setting your intentions clearly. And they get frustrated because they don't know how to, they want to help you so much, but they don't know how to help you. Because you're back and forth. Well, I want this. No, I want this. Well, I don't want that. You know, I only want that if they want me. You know, that's a pride energy and ego energy. I had an ex that used to, like anytime I got mad at him or I had something like a problem that I need to solve with him, he's like all full of insults all of a sudden. Like every time we had a problem, all of a sudden I was all kinds of names. And then, you know, an hour later he'd be like, I'm sorry. You know, like Adam Sandler on, what's that movie? Happy Gilmore. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. On the intercom, and she's already gone. She's gone. She's gone, bro. And then when he did come back and ask, and this was really big of him, he was like, can I just ask you, you know, what was wrong with me, you know? And I think that's a really big step for a man to come and say, hey, can I ask you where I went wrong? Because that shows growth and progress and healing. But I was like, all right, you might want to sit down for this. And he's like, hit me with it. And I'm like, this is why, and this and this and this. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, you know, nobody should ever treat you that way. And I'm sorry, you know, and like, it was liberating for me as well. But like, no, I'm never going to get back together with you. Sorry. A, you weren't the one for me. B, I've learned the lessons. So, but it's just, I feel like that's that energy that some of you can be in from time to time. Please don't shoot the messenger, guys. I'm not here to sprinkle your cupcakes or whatever. That's a good analogy. I'm going to use that from now on. I just freestyled that right now. I'm not here to sprinkle your cupcakes, guys. Just want to be real with you. But yeah, try not to be in that energy of, oh, well, if he rejected me, I don't want him anyway. I don't want him. That's fine. He can stay away. And I'll just continue watching tarot readings about him. You know, like, just check yourself, guys. And go within and heal those parts of you that need to be healed. And if you do get in that energy, that's fine. We're humans. We go through these energies, through these lessons repeatedly throughout our lives for reasons. So don't beat yourself up over it, but check yourself. It's one thing to notice, oh, well, I need to work on this. But it's another thing to work on it and heal it instead of just saying, yeah, I know I have a problem, you know. right? Because sometimes we can just get so depressed over the fact that we have an issue that we make it even worse. So just set your intentions, right? I'm just really going in detail about this card because it's been coming out repeatedly and I'm not getting the message across, I guess. Be clear about what you desire, and don't be clear about what your ego or your pride desires. Be clear about what your higher self desires. Okay, so don't even set intentions unless you're grounded and you know where you're coming from your higher self. Okay, I hope not too many of you hate me now, but it is what it is. I'm just here to help get you guys through these lessons. And angels, do they hate me now? Yeah, some of you. Some of you are not going to like that message, but you know, and if you don't, if that's not something that you're working on, if you've already worked through that, if you aren't in that energy, then there's something else you need to heal too. So there's always something, there's always a lesson, there's always something that we're working on. We're never done. If you were sitting around thinking, well, I've done all the work, I've done my healing, where's my masculine? And you're just sitting there waiting, you haven't done all the work. You should not be waiting for anyone. Okay, that doesn't mean run off into somebody else's arms, because that's just a cover up. You know, you don't want to be with somebody you're not meant for. And we tend to mask what's going on with us by running to people, running to drinking, running to drugs, running to really loud music all the time, or whatever it is that numbs you and gets rid of the pain. But we need to let go of those vices so that we can really look at ourselves and heal the parts of us that need to heal. If you are in an energy of, well, I've done all my work, I've done all my healing, I'm ready to live my life free of lessons and free of problems, and you got a wake-up call coming, because you're going to go through constant lessons in your life. They're never end, they don't end, and you're always learning. So as soon as you get into a place where I've done all the work, I'm done now, I'm done working, and here's where I'm going to sit, that's those are the people that need the most work. Because the most awakened people know that there's always going to be work to be done. So just don't stay in any stagnant energy. Don't wait around for somebody to come and make things better for you. You have everything within you. You have enough love to love yourself and heal yourself completely, and then give to others. I really hope that. I don't know. If you guys get defensive, then you get defensive. That's why the skunk's here, right? I hope you guys really don't, though, because that'll push you further back, you know. I just want everybody to grow and move forward instead of stay stuck in any energies. So is that what you needed to get across? Did I say more than I needed to say? They're like, no. Cool. I swore they were going to say yes. Should I pull more cards out of this deck? Of course. Whoa. Clairsentience. Alright, so this is like my main spiritual gift, my strongest one. So I can tell you guys a lot about this. Okay. I think I've already explained this to you. But A lot of you have this gift of clairsentience, and I'm going to tell you how to tap into it. Okay, do you notice the angel? You notice where that light is shining from? Right in the middle of her chest. Okay. Now, this says, Archangel Raguel, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance, right? Okay. You know that expression, oh, I had a gut feeling. And that's a cool little expression, but really it should be called, I had a chest feeling. Water. I had a chest feeling. That's where I feel it, right in my chest, right between my rib cage, right between my breasts. Okay, so I want you guys to do an exercise right now. So sit down, get grounded, take a couple breaths. Okay, once you're grounded, tell yourself a truth. It can be out loud or in your head. Tell yourself any truth, like this cup is blue if you have a cup that's blue, or today's Friday, or my name's insert your name here, you know. And notice how it feels in between your breasts, in between your rib cage, right in the middle of your chest. Okay? Now, I want you to tell yourself a lie. Tell yourself it's another day of the week. Tell yourself you have a different name. Tell yourself the object is a different color. Okay? And notice how your chest feels. Now try that a few times and get the hang of it. This is a really awesome gift to tap into. And it's stronger in certain times, right? So Mondays, full moons, not necessarily though, but yeah. So did you notice how when you tell yourself a truth, your chest seems to kind of expand and it kind of feels, it's almost like a tingly, but it feels good. And then when you tell yourself a lie, your heart chakra, which is right there in the middle of your chest, it contracts and it almost hurts. And it takes a lot of practice to differentiate, because sometimes no's feel like yeses and yeses feel like no's, especially when your intuition is a little clouded. But I really want you guys all to tap into your clairsentience. And when you're faced with decisions, you can tap into that and just think to yourself, should I? Should I not? What feels good? What feels good? This is what I use when I choose pick a card readings. When something goes wrong with my car, I know exactly what's wrong with my car, and the mechanics are like, well, I don't think it's that. And they'll go through my entire car, and they're like, how did you know? And I'm like, it was a gut feeling. No, I told the mechanic, I said, well, my heart chakra told me, you know. What do you mean? What's a chakra? You know? And then I'm like telling him, and he's like, well, can you tell us that about other cars? You know? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to figure out a pay scale, a rate scale. You know? It's just really useful to have. A lot of people will consider you very valuable and your advice very valuable, because you can tap into that divine guidance. You can tap into your higher self. So Wow. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 15 minutes ago. And it's already been 50 minutes. So that's cool. This will be like a little longer reading. I don't usually do those, but we'll see how you guys like them. So prioritize was at the bottom of the deck. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So your angels are there to help you with your priorities, and they're going to help you. And if you tap into that clairsentience, and let me know in the comments, guys, what you feel about the whole clairsentience thing. If you can feel the yeses and nos in your chest and what's going on with that, because it'd be cool not to be alone on that, and to have some of you to kind of relate to, you know. But yeah, that's how they're going to help you prioritize, through your clairsentience. So tap into those feelings in your heart chakra. All right. Is there any other cards you'd like me to pull out of this deck? No? Okay, well, I guess that does it then for this reading. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and that you pulled some really great advice and ideas from it, and that it helps you move forward. And if it did, please thumbs up and subscribe and give my channel support so that I can grow and help many more of you. So yeah, just praying for the best for you guys and sending you guys lots of love and light and healing and patience through this journey. It's not an easy journey, and we're all learning these lessons together. So I really love you guys. I really, really do. I care about you guys, and I just want the best for you guys. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. I'm usually here every single Friday, if not more. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and thank you so much. Bye, guys.